versus Wrestlepalooza. Let me hear it, my friend.
All Out was absolutely amazing. That was one of AEW's best pay-per-views they have ever done. Outside of 2 matches, I didn't love the Mercedes Moné versus Riho match for the TBS Championship. I think if they had built Riho up more, I would have probably been more invested, but it was just kind of there. And the Big Bill versus Eddie Kingston match, very happy to have Eddie Kingston back. But the finish was just, it looked like he missed the spinning back fist a little bit. It was just, didn't quite make it for me. But my God, the triple threat match for the Unified Championship. Takeshita versus Okada versus Mascara Dorada. That was unbelievable. The ladder match, Young Bucks versus Jet Speed versus Rodito versus the Don Callis family. Just absolute carnage. The coffin match, Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin. We got the return of Pac. We're getting the return of Orange Cassidy on Wednesday. I loved the Kyle Fletcher versus Hangman match. Whereas I couldn't even watch Wrestlepalooza because even though I have ESPN Plus, guess what? You gotta have the new ESPN Unlimited plan or whatever.
Yeah, so it's not ESPN Plus. It is ESPN Unlimited, even though the website takes you to ESPN Plus.
Yes. But so I did not get to watch Wrestlepalooza, but from everything I heard, it was very mid. Like,
so
that's what I heard. I can't necessarily comment on it. I've watched recap videos, so I know what happened.
But believe me, knowing you would think this show would be very bad. You would give it a D or an F grade. And I know that. And, I'll be honest with you, Josh. I don't know if you've noticed by my tone today. I haven't came in angry. I haven't came in firing at you on all cylinders because I have came to an epiphany. And I have realized that WWE and AEW cannot be more different as 2 different companies. And it could not have been more clear than it was when talking about Wrestlepalooza versus All Out. Because the strategy between these 2 shows were so different that the alternative is now the alternative. If you don't like WWE, you are not going to like this show because it was not the strongest show in the world. This show was built for a casual wrestling fan to come in and enjoy, and the surprises they were talking about were more towards the casual fan. Like a casual fan that knows nothing about wrestling would have had no idea that John Cena could get destroyed by Brock Lesnar. And that was the booking because they wanted fans to go, oh my God, Brock Lesnar, I've heard of this guy, but why is he so dangerous? And they did not take any risk with this show, which to a hardcore fan, I guarantee you would have been pissed off watching this show.
I genuinely wanted to watch it. I wanted to give Wrestlepalooza a fair chance. I really did. But, I thought I could watch it since I have ESPN Plus. But no.
So, yeah, I'm not blaming that as much on WWE as I'm blaming it about ESPN because ESPN has done a terrible job altogether at marketing this direct-to-consumer service. Because here's the other thing. Remember when they came out and they said, oh, if you have Direct TV and Sling and all this, you can watch it for free?
Yes.
Guess what? You can't. Because it's only for Direct TV streaming customers, which is different than Direct TV satellite customers. And I didn't know the workaround. By the way, if you would have told me, I would have texted you this. You could sign up for a free 5-day trial of Fobo TV and log in for that. And you would have got the PLE for free.
Okay. Because I want to give these PLEs a fair chance. Like,
that was a PLE, and I think if people are going to spend $30, I'll tell you this, it certainly was not worth $30 for a fan who does not like the WWE product. For me, it was fine. I like the product. I'm going to pay $30 regardless. I don't care. I thought it was a good show. Like I thought it was a B minus to a C plus show. I thought it was a very average show. I thought it was a very safe booking because I think they are booking towards the future. I think we're looking at a War Games match. I think we're looking at Cody Rhodes' potential feuds down the line. They are. This show was pretty much, hey, we're on ESPN. Here we are.
From what I heard, they changed two things in terms of the booking. John Cena was originally supposed to beat Brock Lesnar. I don't know this is like a for sure thing. I'm just telling you what I heard.
Oh, I've seen both the rumors you're talking about, and the other one was Cody and Drew pitching to have Randy Orton next, and we cost Cody the title.
Yes.
I'll be honest, the Cena one I don't believe. Because I think if they're going back to nostalgia, right? Because now I don't know if you saw, but they're basically based off a tweet from social media. John Cena's facing AJ Styles at Crown Jewel in Perth.
Yes,
and
which is a PLE that starts at 8 a.m.
Yeah,
I personally don't like that, but they're in Australia. What the hell?
They're building this storyline of like Triple H doesn't listen to the fans and John Cena can't choose his own opponents. I'm telling you guys, they are everybody that says Triple H fumbled the John Cena retirement tour. They're leaning into you because they know you're bitching about it because this has been their plan all along. They're hearing the reaction. They know exactly what they're doing. John Cena's not calling out Triple H. This was all part of the storyline. I think the fact they leaked Brock Lesnar or Cena was supposed to go over, I think they leaked that on purpose to troll the internet because we know this new regime does that.
They probably did.
We know they've leaked before. Remember they leaked out, there's no way CM Punk's returning at Survivor Series. I think Sean Ross Sapp even said he bet his house on it. And guess what happened?
Yeah, he made his return.
I do think if there's one match you need to go back and watch, it's the mixed tag.
Absolutely. I did hear that was a really good match. I'd like to watch it. I actually like. Okay, I have to confess a little bit. Yes, I went on. I didn't watch Raw. I haven't watched Raw or SmackDown. But I did go on YouTube and watch the full segments of that feud. Strictly that feud, nothing else. Just because it was interesting to me.
The one disagreement I have with the internet is everybody is saying Stephanie Valkyria and Io Sky was a great match, and I thought it was terrible.
Okay.
I thought the match never got into second gear. Valkyria won with a spiral tap. Again, I'm not trying to be mean. I have a hard time getting emotionally connected with wrestlers that don't speak very good or broken English. It just doesn't do it for me. And everybody loves Io Sky because she's such a great wrestler. I think Io would thrive in AEW. She's just not my cup of tea. I think all of these guys.
By the way, I absolutely loved that Chris Statlander won the Women's World Championship. And she pinned Toni Storm. Yeah, and you know how she...
that. The only thing I know about what happened at All Out was Edge paid tribute to John Cena, which, God, that is the one match where if God could let something happen, can we please somehow get Edge versus John Cena? Like, my wife does not feel complete.
I understand that. I actually loved that match. The finish was a little weird, though.
And I heard that Beth Copeland, which I heard Renee kept calling her Beth Phoenix, and Tony Khan kept screaming Beth Copeland at the
yes.
Post conference,
yes.
which is hilarious.
Yes, she did come out. She ended up falling to a spike pile driver courtesy of FTR, while Adam Copeland was handcuffed to the ring, so he could not help. So it seems like this feud will continue. I like that they had the baby faces win, and now it seems like FTR is going to keep coming for them.
I got a question. Wasn't that match supposed to main event the show? Why did it open?
I think it was because I don't know. It was probably going to open. It was probably because they thought it was going to be the Wrestlepalooza and All Out going against each other.
Okay, and then I wonder if because WWE made the change of Lesnar and Cena, did AEW make the change first, or who made the change first?
I don't know.
Because Lesnar and Cena were supposed to main event, then they opened. And by the way, the mixed tag should have closed. Cody and Drew closed, and again, I think that was a casual move. Cody Rhodes is the quarterback. Da 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 da. You know, but don't worry. I know you're the biggest fan of Seth Rollins. He is going to defeat the Crown Jewel. He's going to Crown Jewel title, and that's how they're going to set up the men's War Games match this year. Will be the Vision, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, John Cena, and the fifth guy could be Randy Orton, could be Jey Uso, could be LA Knight. I don't know yet.
I can't see Brock Lesnar being in a War Games match.
Paul Heyman introduced Brock Lesnar. He's going to have some connection to the Vision. I don't know if you saw that.
I did hear about that, yes.
So, yeah, he is connected to the Vision, so I think he is going to be in the War Games match. Whether he just comes in and breaks the cage and, you know, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear that AEW might start doing more afternoon pay-per-views?
And WWE said, we're going to find a way to counter-program it. I told you this last week. How? What are they going to do? Have 7 shows in one day?
I don't know. But Tony Khan said they might start doing more afternoon pay-per-views because actually the buy rate is better. It feels like.
Well, especially during football season. Because I do think college football, no matter what they do, whether it's on pay-per-view or not, will dip into their numbers.
Yes, I agree. And I
think all wrestling companies need to get away from Sunday shows. Nobody wants a Sunday show anymore.
I would tend to agree with you on that one.
Everybody wants a Saturday show. WWE wants to do a Saturday. Like, okay, SummerSlam, WrestleMania 2 nights makes sense. If AEW ever did a 2-night, it would make sense to do a Sunday show.
Yes.
Other than that, do it Saturday.
Yes. By the way, there's a possibility that with you guys doing WrestleMania with you guys doing WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, have you heard this? That Revolution could be in the Rogers Center in Toronto.
Oh, no, I didn't hear that. You know what I thought you were going to say? That AEW would do a show in New Orleans at the Superdome where WrestleMania was supposed to be.
No, knowing Tony Khan, I could see that.
They should do it. Why not?
I don't think AEW is quite ready for a stadium show like that.
But the Rogers Center's 30,000 people or whatever it is.
55,000, actually.
I mean, the Superdome's 70. I would think New Orleans would be so pissed off at WWE, they may go with AEW because WWE has basically said, we'll go to the same city now 30 times if you pay us.
That's true, yes.
I heard they're starting to put bids together for Raw and SmackDown. I don't know if that's true or not, but I can totally see it because TKO is selling this thing to the Saudis by WrestleMania 43.
Yep. And I wonder what that's going to mean for UFC.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if Dana White would let it go, but he may not have a choice. I mean, I don't know. I'm very nervous. I've heard a lot of people say that it's not that they're anti-WWE anymore. It's that this isn't the WWE they grew up with. That it's not that it's not Triple H the booker. It's they're mad at Triple H because TKO is making them mad, so they're just mad at everything WWE.
Yeah. And is that why they're jacking up prices?
Yeah, because they're maximizing profits because they're going to sell. And TKO's doing the same for UFC, by the way, too.
Yeah, I know. And yet, still, UFC... I haven't watched a UFC pay-per-view in God knows how long because I'm not paying $80.
Well, now they're going to the White House. Did you hear about this, by the way?
Yes, but that's going to be when UFC moves to CBS.